What's happening, guys? Welcome back. Thank you for stopping in. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button right down below the video. Ring the little bell. That will notify you of when I upload any new videos. Give the video a thumbs up before you head out. And if you have time, leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. So today we are doing a overview of the Kizer Titanium Roach. Uh, I kind of moved this up in my planning of videos anyway. I was going to kind of carry this and use this because it hasn't been used or carried. Not anything that would be considered either of the two. The most I've done is fidget with it, take it apart, cut some paper, fidget with it some more, and look at it. It's got a crazy blade stock. It comes down pretty thin. It's nice and tall here. We're working with S35VN stone washed leaf shaped blade, beautiful blade, huge finger choil here. I love how they did the pivots on this one here. Uh, they look really well done. As far as deployment, you have the flipper tab here, which you can push button. You can light switch it. It is a titanium frame lock, so you have the frame of the knife actually locking up the blade there, if you are not familiar. Basically, a frame lock can be steel, titanium, what have you, and it's just the part of the frame, and it's milled out, cut out, and then that is used to lock up the blade, which in turn is very strong and very durable. You do have a titanium clip here. It's just kind of a folded clip, got a little roach there. It does look awesome. It's not true deep carry. You have what I like in some knives. I can grab the whole thing with my thumb and then pull it out of the pocket. It's not going to put any pressure on the clip or affect putting it in or pulling it out. Not only does having this little bit of space here aid in pulling it out, but it helps actually when putting it back into the pocket. So sometimes with deep carries you can be on top of the clip and it can sometimes affect in or out of the pocket. But this I put this up on the chopping block today, so there is either a video out right now with this guy for sale, or there will be very soon. I said I do not really want to sell it, but at this point, I have to. I need to replace old things with new things, and that's basically how it's gonna have to go, with the exception of just a few knives that I will not sell. But everything else at some point or time is gonna be pretty much on the chopping block. I will give some specs real quick. This has a 3-inch cutting edge, 3.5-inch total blade, and then at the very tip of the knife, it's 8.25. So it's definitely a big chunk of titanium and a big chunk of S35. We can get some weight on it here. This is going to be a pretty heavy guy here. 6.8 ounces even. This scale has always been pretty much dead on. 6.8, it's pretty heavy, not too crazy. We'll wipe the blade off with our Issuing Stitches Hank. Link to his Etsy store down in the description. Use code GBALL10 for 10% off on your order. They do stonewash the blade, and this can be something you could use and not worry about marring up the blade. The titanium's finished well. Now it will get damaged if you use it hard, but that is how it goes. We can do a little cut test on this guy. I am trying to go for some of my videos to be a little quicker. For how thick this blade stock is, it's a hell of a slicer. Most knives do have some trouble with this phone book paper, especially getting started. But all in all, it has, I would say, 10 being the sharpest. It's probably like a 6.5 or so. I think just a light sharpening would have this thing, in tip-top shape. Maybe even a strop, actually. That's probably what it does need. I haven't even done that with this guy. Like I said, I took it apart. I kind of cleaned everything up. Fiddled with it for quite a while and admired it. It does look... I love the way this thing looks. So if it doesn't go, I won't be too heartbroken over it. They are now discontinued, so you cannot get these anymore. So take that for what it is. Here is the new Kizer Escort for some comparison. And the Kizer Escort is a pretty good sized boy, and the Roach kind of dwarfs it. And if you're familiar with Benchmade and the Super Freak, which the Super Freak is bigger than, the Osborne, the Bug Out. This is one of their bigger knives. It's actually pretty close to the same size as the Roach. Obviously different lines, but where they both end, very, very close. So if you have a Super Freak, almost identical in size, and then if you have the Escort, it's a little bigger than that guy. Ergos, I mean, they're pretty self-explanatory. Let me see. There we go. No. There we go. In the back grip, you can get a full hand on there. The way they have this kind of chamfered out, it's perfect for your pinky back here. And then with that big finger choil, you can easily get up there, right up on the tip. One of my favorite grips there. So comfort and all of that is very, very good. The action is pretty good. The detent could be a little stronger, but moving the lock bar over a little bit would definitely increase it. But it's pretty good. I think they made it a little lighter just because of how heavy the blade is. So in that case, it works very well. Carry, we kind of went over that already. As far as unlocking it, they do have a nice chamfer there on the lock bar, very soft. So it is pretty comfortable. It's not hard to get your finger in there and unlock it, but could they have done it a little better here? I think they could have probably chamfered this out just a touch more, and that would have just given you just a little bit more access to get in there. But all in all, I would say it's pretty damn good. Uh, the sounds are pretty damn good, especially the thwack open. Then it's got a nice little positive click when it closes. So it's this used to be, I've had a lot of knives since this one, but this used to be, one of my favorite knives. Just the way it looked, how big it is, the materials, the finish on the titanium. Very well done from Kizer. And they continue to improve and just do very good things. The Escort and their new clutch lock is uh it's it's almost better, if not better, than Benchmade. Uh I have some Benchmades that have just as good as this, but only like two. The rest are not quite as good as this. Uh, Now, I do have some Hogues and some Sogs and some other companies with crossbar locks. And for the most part, they're all done pretty well. But there's something about this Kizer clutch lock. I think that increased spring strength really helps with opening it, really helps with closing it. The Escort and the Drop Bear are two phenomenal knives. If I remember, I will put a card up here for the unboxing of this guy if you didn't see it. And I'll also link the sale video up here in case you missed that as well. I kind of go over this guy, in that as well. But I think that pretty much covers everything on this guy. I don't know that it'll be around too much longer. So I figured might as well get a little video on it, little overview. If I feel like it's not gonna sell for whatever reason, I may pull it down, carry it and use it a little bit, and then make a second video on it, and then possibly put it back up for sale again. So I'll just have to see how things play out, because I've had knives getting sold and then I'm buying new knives. So if that trend continues, uh, you know, we'll have to just see what happens. But if you hung around for the whole overview, give me a thumbs up and give yourself a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you're still here and you're not subscribed and you see that little subscribe button, go ahead and click that button. I greatly appreciate it, guys. Have a good night. Have a safe night. And I will catch you later.